It's a beautiful day. Rainy, wet, but still very beautiful. Welcome to Monday edition of Southeast News. Barry Kumo Ado is my name, and it's glad to know that you're watching. First, the headlines. Alleged trafficking. Family petitions IGP. 2 shops burnt down in Anambra State. We'll also bring you another report about what the Speaker of the House, Deputy Speaker rather, of the House of Representatives is saying concerning the governorship election in 2027 in Abia State. Stay tuned for these and more. Last week, we had this report about a kidnapping story or incident in Oji River of Enugu State, where one young man was seen running along the street and had to hop on a bike to get to a medical health center, saying that he escaped the kidnappers' den. That was how many people got to know that something fishy was happening in Oji River. We tracked down the story. We spoke to the Chief Security Officer of Oji River. Later, we got denials from the police, but went further into Oji River to bring you a little bit more about what went down. Chukwudi Maduako has that report.
The invasion of West Oji River community and Maitu area by a person suspected to be herdsmen has left the people in fear as to what will happen next. Students of the School of Health Technology, whose school is not far from the point where the attack took place, have deserted the school for safety. Besides the students, some other residents of the area have also fled to where they consider as safer places. The herdsmen who arrived the area Wednesday evening stormed the road leading to unfenced School of Health Technology, where they stopped a vehicle and abducted the 4 occupants. They later released one of the female occupants and her child and went into the bush with other victims. A victim, Kingsley Ihegazie, who was riding home on his motorcycle, ran into the abductors who dragged him into the bush. He narrated how he was hit with dangerous weapons before he was able to escape from his attackers.
I was on my way with my bike, so I stopped. My phone was ringing and I stopped. Then I was pressing the phone because there is someone I want to transfer some money to, and there was a bad network there. But when I was moving, then suddenly he called me and reminded me, and there is a full network then, so I decided to transfer the money immediately. There, I now stopped. This road is a free road where I used to move anytime, and it's a busy road. So when I stopped, I was trying to do the transfer. I saw one car in the front, and there is about 3 people surrounding that car with gun. So I thought it was a police people because one of them was wearing jacket with gun. So I thought it was police people trying to arrest people inside the car. So I was busy pressing my phone doing the transfer. So next thing, they now begin to shot gun, harassing gun. So before I could know what is happening, I now realized that it's not police. There's one woman inside that car carrying a baby, and 3 other people inside the car. So they now discharge the woman and now walk those 3 people inside the bush, 2 women and 1 man. So they move inside the bush. So when I noticed this thing, I now start my bike and turn in order to run. 4 people now block me with gun. So immediately I stop. Next thing, 2x2 on my head. They now use 2x2 and bring me down. So they command me to enter inside bush. So I begin to drag with them. So when I move, if I move, then I would do like I see if something draw me and I fall down. So they use 2 by 2 continue to force me in order to move inside the bush. So blood, in fact, all my body, they'll use the 2 by 2 in order to hit me. So the way I managed to escape from these people is by God's grace.
Signature TV gathered that hours after the first incident, precisely around 10 p.m., another group of suspected headers also kidnapped a female pastor of the Optimum Faith International Worship Center near the Oji River Police Area Command. Some eyewitnesses who spoke on the incident said it was promptly reported to the Police Area Command, who referred them to the Divisional Police Station, also in Oji River.
That evening, she called me to ask me that she hope I'm not around, because there's some things that's going on in the field of health. And I told her I am not around, I'm in the house. So I said, okay. So a letter after that, somebody called me from the church and said I should come, that she was kidnapped with some people from the church, and the robbers came to apprehend her from the church here. So that's what happened. So that evening, as we came, we moved down to the police station here. They said they have tried their best, which is area command station. They said they have tried their best, that she should go down to division. So I went down to division to make an entry about what happened. So me and his senior brother, we went to division to make entry. That's how I know about it.
It was around past 10, right? I was just resting on the sofa when my younger brother, the elder to our last born, she's our last born, called me on phone. She said, what's happening? I said, Father, I was devastated. So on Thursday, I came here and found out it was true.
About 5 of men just entered inside the church. So he started harassing everybody, even Madam. They dragged Madam inside the motor, push around, everybody run away. So even me, as I'm saying now, I run towards the back. Some of men follow the backyard, arrest me immediately. The Madam followed the other backyard, arrest the woman immediately. So 2 of us, we march us toward this forest. As we say, everybody hands up. We hands up, obey the people because they carry gun. When I want to hijack the one of them, they release the gun up. As they release the gun up, everybody fear. Because this one is not a settled matter again. When I wanted to follow the Madams, they started beating me. You look at my hand, you look at everything, even my back. So I have too much injury for my body now. I go in hospital, taking treatment. But what I'm saying now, that the person beat me for my brain. The thing cost me head. My brain told me that's a mad person. I push that person that holding gun, follow me for back. When I drag the person, push the person back, then I run inside the bush. Then they match, they shoot the gun inside that bush, but the gun not touch me.
Emmanuel Honora, an evangelist, said that the security situation in Oji River is getting worse by the day. He recalled that only weeks ago, a robbery incident by some armed men along Oji River, Archie Road, left a lot of people wounded after they were dispossessed of their belongings.
Before this incident occurred, there was a time one of my friends was harmed on the road here, at least Archie. So one of my friends was harmed on the road. He said that some people met him. He was coming down that evening, and they used machete to machete one of his hands.
The chief security officer for Oji River, Onyi Nwokabia, who spoke to Signature TV in a telephone interview, said the council has put machinery in motion to ensure the release of the abducted persons. He said the forest guards from Oji River and neighboring with local government areas are already combing the forest with a view to freeing them and apprehending the perpetrators. For now, the people are living in fear and appealing to both the local and state governments as well as the various security agencies to rise to the occasion and ensure the security of life and properties in the area. From Oji River, Enugu State, Chukwudi Madako for Signature TV.
Mr. Okechukwu Onungenoma of Ubuaka in Kano Local Government East, Local Government Area of Enugu State, has accused the police in Enugu State of shielding some suspects allegedly involved in child trafficking. The petition dated August 5, 2024, addressed to the Inspector General of Police through their lawyer, Samuel Abazie. The family accused the Enugu State Police Command of setting free the suspects allegedly connected to the abduction and selling of your child. According to the lawyer, it is the case of our client. His son, Master Godwin Ani, was kidnapped by Mr. Peter Chidi Kaobi Igiri, who is currently awaiting trial at the Enugu Custodial Center of Nigeria Correctional Services. In investigations, according to Mr. Peter, Chikobi Igiri confessed that he sold Master Godwin Ani to one Mrs. Caroline Siani, who in turn sold the child to an unknown person. Mrs. Caroline Siani was released on bail upon arraignment, mainly because there was no evidence linking her to the crime, since she denied she did not have any dealings with Mr. Peter Chidi Akobi Igeri, was linking her to the crime, and also because of how highly connected she was allegedly. However, during the course of interrogation, it was discovered that Mr. Peter Chidi Akobi Igeri has maintained a business relationship as a kidnapping and child trafficking syndicate with Mrs. Caroline Siani, who together successfully sold countless children. After the release of Mr. Caroline Siani on bail, investigations revealed that Mr. Igiri, within the same time he kidnapped and sold Mr. Godwin Ani, also dispossessed his own wife of 3 children, 2 female and 1 male, sold them together with Mr. Godwin Ani to Mrs. Caroline Ani, who in conjunction with Mrs. Chinelu Mosu resides and works at University Teaching Hospital, Port Harcourt, and Mrs. Ebere Ani, as is usual with their business. The family is petitioning the IGP to ensure that they unravel the truth concerning this situation while awaiting for a full report. A fire outbreak at the main line of Umbuka Obosi Market in Onitsha, Anambra State, has burned down 2 shops on Saturday. The Chief Fire Officer, Anambra Fire Service, Chukwudu Chiketa, who confirmed the incident in Onitsha on Saturday, said the Anambra Fire Service received a distress call at 2 p.m. of a fire outbreak at mainline Umbuka Obosi Market. They deployed immediately to the scene and the fire was contained. Chiketa said no life was lost, but 2 stores and a provision shop were burnt down, and the market attributed the cause of a fire outbreak to a surge. We're now going over to Monday, Chukwu Onwaju, to give us an inkling of what really transpired that day.
To copy this tune, press 1.
A happy life can't be without a measure of problems.
In Onitsha, Obosi Onitsha is here with us. Good afternoon and welcome to Signature TV Southeast News.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm very fine.
You were an eyewitness on Saturday when that ill-fated incident happened. Can you tell us what transpired?
Okay. It's Friday night against Saturday morning. Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear. So
Friday morning against Friday night against Saturday morning. So we came out there and we saw what's happening. And about 6 shops there. Everything demolished with fire. And one brother there, his name is Fede, that his 2 shops is there, normal shop and parking store. two of them is involved. And the time he's saying what happened, he said that what caused it is an electricity. Do you hear me?
Loud and clear. Monday,
Okay.
can we
Yes.
give an idea of the value of what was lost in terms of money?
Yes, like the owner of that two shops there, he's selling cosmetics and provision. And his two shops is about, what there is about, let's say, 7 million or 8 million for that two shops. And the other 4 shops, I can't give you the accurate, but the money there is too much.
But I thought there is this community effort at Umuka. So why was it that there were no efforts to put off the fire before it burnt down these shops?
They say it's an electricity. Nobody put that fire. Nobody come here and put the fire. They say it's an electricity caused the fire.
Okay, so what would the market leaders do now for the man who lost so much?
They never say anything for now.
So when are we going to hear something from them? Hello, Monday.
If I get the information, I'll tell you.
Okay, that would be great. Thank you very much, Monday Awaji, for the information granted us. Thank you for coming on to Southeast News on Signature TV. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It was devastating, the fire, especially for somebody who was looking forward to open his shop on a Saturday morning and do business, only for fire to burn down the warehouse and other shops in the early hours of that day. Very sad story. We just hope that government, and apart from the market community, that government would also intervene. One of the 3 contestants in the January 10th, 2021 President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo worldwide election, which took place in Owerri, Imo State capital, Dr. Valentine Iokumere Oparaocha, has called on Ohanaeze Ndigbo Electoral Committee to review the outcome of the exercise for fairness and justice, in which he claimed he was denied. Oparaocha, who said he came second in the contest, recalled that the former president, late George Obiozor, was disqualified as on account of his age. But despite that, Obiozor, was cleared to stand for the election and even declared president of the Apex Igbo organization. Oparaocha also pointed out that after the death of Obiozor, the immediate past president, late Chief Emmanuel Iwanyao, was never part of the election or participated in the contest, was handed over the leadership of Ohanaeze Ndigbo for reasons best known to those behind the scheme. In a process letter to Ohanaeze Ndigbo Electoral Committee's headquarters in Enugu State, titled Petition for Review of 2021 President General Election and Reclamation of Mandate, Oparaocha argued that for peace to reign, it is still the tenure of Imo State, for the stool has not expired, and it will be a great honor done to him and Imo State if he is allowed to pilot the affairs of a group to complete the tenure. Let's now go to Abia State. The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kado, has declared that his party, the All Progressives Congress, APC, will produce the next governor of Abia State. Kano insisted that Alex Oti, who is the current governor of Abia State under the platform of Labour Party, would not be re-elected. Kado said that this will be the last time that a Labour Party governor will be in charge of Abia State. According to him, said that OT has done well compared to other state governors, but he emphasized that Abia will be governed by APC in 2027. We now go over to the Labour Party chairman in Abia State, Emmanuel Oti, and we are expecting him to respond to that issue. Hello, sir. Emmanuel Oti, Chairman, Labour Party, Abia State. You are live now on Signature TV, Southeast News. Hello, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you loud and clear. You've heard what the Deputy Speaker of the House of Reps said concerning what will happen in the election in 2027, that Labour Party will no longer be returned or re-elected. What is your response to that?
Well, my dear, the Deputy Speaker of the Federal House of Reps made an overstatement on that, because he's not God and he's not the electorate. He's undermining God. God made him to be there. God made the governor of Abia State to be here. And it's the people, it's the electorate that decides who will govern them. And the Labour Party, as a party in Abia State, is doing marvelously well. The people in Abia State are happy with His Excellency for over 24 years. What they have recorded has not been achieved within 1 year, a year. And so I don't know where he's driving his power for saying that by 2027, that his Labour will not return his this. I mean, it's an overstatement anyway to me, and underrating God.
So is Labour Party doing anything to ensure that they can at least satisfy the yearnings of the people in terms of welfare of the people and projects?
It's the people, like I said earlier on, it's the people, and when we get to the bridge, it is early to start to talk of 2027. It is what he's trying to do is to try to divert the attention of the Labour Party from what they want to do to the people and the attention of His Excellency from giving the people what they deserve from him.
Now that you've heard this clarion call that Labour will not retain the seat, do you have some strategy, so to speak, that you put in place as Labour Party to ensure that votes count, the electorate come out to vote, and that the present administration will do everything possible in terms of satisfying the yearnings of the people?
Yeah, like I said, already we started a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. We have, if you come to Aba, if you have been to Aba recently, you will see that road, you cannot see any waterlog again within Aba metropolis. The pensioners are receiving their pension, workers are receiving their salary, and a lot of other things anywhere. And like I said, it's the electors that will determine who will be. And like Labour Party will continue to satisfy the yearnings of the people to ensure come 2027 they return the seat. Of course, let us understand that in 2023, APC was there, PDP was there, Labour won the election in Abia State. The same thing will happen again, even more than what we experienced in 2023.
I want to thank you very much, Sir Emmanuel Oti, the chairman of Labour Party in Abia State. Do have a great day. Thank you for coming on. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we'll take you to Anambra State. Southeast News on Signature TV. You've heard from Abia. You've heard part of the stories from Enugu. We've gone to Onitsha. We're back to Anambra with our Bureau Chief, Ndu Okbaleze. Good afternoon and welcome to Signature TV Southeast News.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Last week, we were busy looking at how the election schedule will be for local government, and the stakeholders roundtable didn't offer much in terms of only two parties, political parties attended, ABGA and Alliance. Now, given the scenario of what the APC chairman in Anambra State was saying concerning holding a meeting and coming out with a stand on their position, has the situation changed? If it hasn't changed, what is happening in the background? Because I recall that there was one issue you raised, that while the political parties are busy saying a yes or a no, the electorate are happy that something is being done in terms of proper election into the local government areas. So where do we stand in terms of the people and the political parties in Anambra State?
All right. Yeah, the APC meeting and other opposing political parties like LP, they are still insisting that something must be done for them to find the level playing ground according to them. They are still insisting on that. In fact, the APC threatened to go to court, just like the Labour Party, especially, and others who are still talking on the ground. But one thing is very, very clear. People are desirous of having this election. More and more people are coming out to say that they want the elections to hold. In fact, some are even beginning to look at the opposition as making the noise so that there will be no election. Some, I mean, not all of them. Majority of the people see reason with them that the election is horrid, even though they want the elections to hold. But one other thing is that the body organizing the election, headed by Genevieve Osakwe, a magistrate, she said, she claimed there's no evidence or no notice of court's injunction or whatever served on them. Therefore, that September 28th is sacrosanct, that it must hold, election must hold that day. As a matter of fact, they have gone ahead to advertise for people to apply for jobs. You know, the vacancies like officers for the election, electoral officers, administrative staff, and all whatnot for the conduct of the election. They have pushed out advertisement for that. So that is a show of showing that they mean what they are saying with regards to holding the elections. That's what is on the ground now.
Now, no paper from the courts, which would have made the threats by some of the political parties becoming real. But at this point in time now, apart from those in opposition, some of those in opposition that are insisting that they will go to court, are the others making any form of preparations at all? Or they are just joining the general populace to talk about elections without taking concrete actions to ensure that the timetable is followed? Because if the timetable is not followed, we'll get to a point where the primaries for the various positions like councillorship and chairmanship will not be held by the various political parties.
Oh, yes. Not only the other parties, but even those who are threatening to go to court, they also tell their members to get prepared for any eventuality. So it's not as if they're not preparing for the election. They're preparing while also trying to see whether there'll be some amendments to the timetable, and then the issue of the amended election act in the state. So both the ruling party and the opposition parties are gearing up for the elections. Maybe in few days, and maybe by next week it's going to be more interesting, because that's when the timetable. If we go to the offices, the ANSEC office, and discover that they are complying with the scheduled timetable, then it will go a long way to say that the election is coming up. But for now, you cannot say that exactly, because none of the scheduled timetable, by September 7, and from then onwards, we are going to be more sure of what exactly is going to happen. But I tell you that most of them, when they talk to their people, they still tell them, prepare. We are going to court, but get prepared. So it's a double talk, but that's the way it is for now.
You know what?
The umpire is preparing for the election, seriously.
Okay. You know, one of the issues we raised last week concerning the local government election in Anambra State was that of security. Remember that we tied it in with the rampant cases of kidnapping.
Yes.
So, what have you noticed from last week to this week in terms of security measures being tightened so that people can feel safer? Because by the time we get to September 7, when you say we would have a boost in terms of political activities, that may become a big issue.
All right. The security situation in the townships, especially Oka Capital Territory, is getting tighter. You just need a few tools, and you see another road stop and start by the police, and their vehicles are here and there. Then yesterday I had the opportunity of traveling to the hinterland. I got that precisely. In fact, I passed through Mbologu Abo Road, where the incidents of kidnapping of 3 prominent citizens of Mbologu happened last week. I passed that place, and immediately after the local government secretariat, I got the local government secretariat. You see a stationed armored carrier by the road there. It's a warning sign to people that they are ready for any eventuality. And as you move in, you keep seeing roadblocks, unlike what it used to be before. Only that when you get to the innermost part of the hinterlands, you don't, we don't seem to have a lot of physical presence of those security outfits. And the people are not there's that fear and apprehension is still there. For instance, the function I went to cover that yesterday, a very big event, but most of the top brass that were invited, either they send their PAs or they take excuse, or some that they came with heavy personal security. So you see that there still need to have more of security presence in the villages.
Now, have you got any reports from about those 3 people that were kidnapped along the Mbologu Akpo Road?
Honestly, nothing new has happened. Nothing new. I keep checking on, and the report I keep getting is that
they have not established link with either members of the family or the police or any other relations of the affected people. It's a very special case this time around.
So sad. Well, we just hope that we'll get cheering news concerning them. All right, Undo, I need to say thank you very much for coming on and updating us about Anambra State. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
You're welcome.
It's at this point we'll say thank you for watching Southeast News for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Barik Mado is my name.